What's going on there, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta be real with you guys. I think a lot of people in the Splitgate community are gonna be happy with this news because I've seen this term thrown around for a very long time, and that is Takedown ranked. A lot of the community is kind of disappointed that pretty much all the arena modes got hyper-focused when it came to the ranked environment, and Takedown kind of got pushed to the side because obviously, as we all know in Splitgate 1, Takedown was stupidly popular, and honestly, a lot of the community, I don't want to say the majority of the community, but a lot of the community absolutely loved it. So obviously when rank dropped in Splitgate 2 and Takedown wasn't involved, I think a lot of people were kind of down bad about that. But ladies and gentlemen, we finally got some more information on their plans about Takedown ranked and how they might go ahead and incorporate it into the overall Splitgate 2 environment. So of course, today's video, we're going to be discussing all these details, covering what I personally think would be the best thing to do, and obviously, as always, I'd love for you guys to go down in the comment section and leave your opinion on what you think is the best way of handling this overall situation. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, before we go and dive deep, if you guys are interested in more content like this, don't forget subscribing and hit that bell. I post here daily at 8 1 Eastern Time. Splitgate, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Ark Raiders, you best believe you'll hear about all these games on this channel, so like I said, subscribe and hit that bell. And last but not least, I do stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch, starting between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, if you guys are interested and you want to chat it on up with me, you can find a link to my channel down in the description of this video. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, before we go ahead and dive deep into the actual topic of today's video, I saw a post by Scotty over on Twitter with some information that is absolutely huge, and I wanted to share it with the rest of you guys. He says, played Splitgate 2 on PC EU. Got a match in 20 seconds. Ping was perfect. They said they fixed the server bug, and this time, they actually did. Well played. This is phenomenal because from what I heard, or what I read, it seemed like they only went ahead and messed around with it and ranked. But if the casual experience has finally been resolved, and people who are across the seas are finally avoiding NA lobbies and they can consistently get lobbies of their own, that is massive. So again, I just wanted to showcase this to you guys. I know a lot of people have been waiting on this fix to go on through, and hopefully you guys will test it out as well. And let me know down in the comment section if this problem has been resolved for you guys, or are you still getting pushed over to the NA side of things? Apparently, this is only on PC right now, which Scotty's been testing on. I don't know what console is looking like, so if any console players are out there who are, struggling with connection like this, let me know what your overall experience still looks like, and leave some feedback so the developers can see if things have improved or if they're still a little bit bumpy. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, to go ahead and begin, I saw a post by Fallout1541 over on the Splitgate Reddit board saying, my take on ranked arena after playing for the weekend. My take is that arena itself just feels like arcade game modes from other games with slightly sweatier players, and I find it overall boring. I think ranked Takedown always made way more sense since it's actually unique and promotes what Splitgate is great at, which are portals and arena movement. I thoroughly enjoyed that the most in Splitgate 1. Also, throwing everyone into bronze instead of doing proper placement matches just makes the whole system feel meaningless. I get that matchmaking needs to be fast, especially at higher ranks, so the lack of ranked restrictions when queuing makes sense, but still, it kinda sucks when you're getting random matchups that don't feel fair at all. Now, I do gotta say, I kind of disagree with some of this post here, and of course, I would love to hear what you guys have to say down in the comment section, but I don't think that the ranked experience feels like a casual arena mode because of the game modes that are in rotation. I think it feels like a casual arena mode because, again, rank doesn't really mean that much. The game modes themselves, I think, are very enjoyable. I know it's kind of a hot take, but I think Split Ball, Hot Zone, all these different modes are really fun at the competitive level, and personally, they have made me a better player. But I do agree that I think Takedown should have been prioritized to a certain degree, and Takedown is the perfect example of what, kind of helps Splitgate stand out. Although the other arena modes are great for a ranked experience, being able to showcase Takedown right away in a ranked environment, I think is very crucial because as the OP said, and when I say OP, I mean Fallout1541, the person who made the post, I agree. I think that Takedown really showcases what Splitgate is all about. Extreme portaling, heavy team play, being able to work around your teammates and know how to play your life, and at the same time, you get to see the arena movement intertwined as well. So I completely agree that Takedown should have been there right when ranked went ahead and dropped, and you could just tell by the overall, community's reaction, it really disappointed a ton of players. But Brodrian actually went ahead and left a response under this post. And Brodrian said, hey there, thanks for sharing your thoughts, and we're definitely working on improvements to ranked for future weeks. To single one part out, we've been talking about ranked Takedown internally lately. In an ideal world, the very best solution would be simply to add a dedicated ranked Takedown playlist in addition to the existing casual Takedown. This isn't a viable option with our current player counts, but we are still interested in alternatives. If we're going to try to find a short-term solution, Which of these would you prefer? 1. Takedown is added to Ranked Arena as one of the available game modes. 2. Casual Takedown is removed and replaced by Ranked Takedown. And 3, neither. Just leave Takedown how it is until we are able to grow the player base through meaningful updates over time. Now, firstly, I do want to say I'm happy to hear that they do have updates for the original base ranked planned sometime for, the upcoming weeks here. And I'm really hoping that they can, ram home the solution to the ranks not actually tracking properly and being the main, source of where you should be placed when it comes to the overall ranked environment. I hope that's going to be on their priority list. But it's really cool to hear that they have been taking all this feedback and they have been considering it, even though the player counts don't really meet, their expectations to be able to branch out with more, side modes. It's nice that they are still trying to find an alternative regardless. So again, the whole purpose of this video is to lay all this information out here and to see what you guys personally think down in the comment section would be the best move. First and foremost, I want to ask, do you guys even think that ranked takedown should be a priority at all right now in its current spot? Well, firstly, I should say, do you even want ranked takedown to begin with? But if you do want ranked takedown, do you think that this should be a priority that they push, ahead of schedule to make sure that it's there for the player base to go ahead and enjoy? Or do you think that the developers should 1010% hyper prioritize bugs, stutters, core fixes to the gameplay flow to make sure the overall product is functioning and then kind of worry about takedown? That's the first thing I want to hear from you all. But pushing all that aside, let's discuss how they should incorporate this mode into ranked when the time finally does come, or if they are going to rush it and just do it right now. I have no clue, but let's go ahead and discuss. Personally, I don't know about you guys, but I think they should just go ahead and add Takedown into the overall ranked environment as it is right now. There's no reason to go ahead and separate it and make their own playlist of ranked Takedown, because obviously, as Brodrian already discussed, the player count probably wouldn't be able to hold that down, and it would already separate the ranked community as it is, and the ranked community it's not like completely popping, right? So that would probably be the worst idea to add a separate version of Takedown. So I think the best thing to go ahead and do here, ladies and gentlemen, is just simply, add it into the overall ranked rotation. I was thinking about simply removing Takedown as it is and just adding in ranked Takedown only. So obviously there's no casual version of Takedown. If you go ahead and load into that game mode, it's already going to be ranked 110%. I was thinking about that option and it sounded pretty good to me. But overall, I don't think that we should be splitting the ranked player base. If the devs decide to add in a permanent ranked takedown and, remove casual takedown, that would split the current audience that we already have for ranked. Some people will definitely 1010% ditch, the arena ranked for ranked takedown in a heartbeat. And that's just something that we can't do right now. We cannot do that whatsoever. I think our best alternative is to add takedown into the arena ranked version and just, force players to play all different types of modes. I don't see anything wrong with that. Takedown takes just as much team play as any of the other modes like Hot Zone or Split Ball. So, in all reality, I don't see why this would be a negative whatsoever. And we'll add more maps into the ranked rotation as well to go ahead and spice things up a little bit. But overall, ladies and gentlemen, I'm extremely happy to hear that the developers behind the scenes are discussing all of these fine details that the community has been asking for. It's just awesome to see. And hopefully by the time that they can go ahead and polish off the rest of the bugs and the issues and the problems, we can start to see a lot of this stuff actually come to life. And I'm curious what other things they are planning to bring to life here, because it's been a lot of stuff discussed in the community on what they would like to see, and it seems that the devs are very open to many different changes within Splitgate 2. That's the best part about having, no massive big publisher dictating what's going on with your game. Stuff like Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo, a lot of the big dogs. Although some of the games turn out good, some of them turn out bad. There are so many things that have to be done and so many different people that have to be, notified, and so many different lines that these ideas have to go down to see if it's going to actually function. No, forget all that noise. With a game like Splitgate 2, what the community wants is more than likely what the community is going to get. There's no barriers. There's no anything holding back the possibilities of what can be introduced. If something didn't turn out good and the community wants to see it, turn in a different direction, you don't have someone like Activision saying, no, this is our plan and we're going to stick to it. It's up to the devs. If they genuinely want to do it, then they're going to go ahead and do it. And it's awesome to see, like I said, them discuss this stuff behind the scenes and really show that they are interested in a lot of the stuff that's being talked about online, whether it's Reddit, Twitter, YouTube videos, comment sections, doesn't matter. They show so much interest in this community, and honestly, it puts a big smile on my face. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, like I said, go down in the comments section and leave your opinions about what you think should happen with Ranked Takedown. Do you think it should be its own mode? Do you think it should replace the casual takedown mode? Or do you think they should go ahead and incorporate it into the arena ranked mode and just have all the modes run together? You know, hot zone, split ball, takedown, so on and so forth. What do you think is the best alternative? But as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post here daily at 8 in the morning Eastern Time. And if you guys are interested in my live streams, I do stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch, starting between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, if you guys are interested, go link that channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.